Hey young guys, Mick here from Not Cartel, back with another kick-ass beer review, going to review another of the Poets beer. So we've gone with the Country Lager. A couple of videos back I've done the Country Crisp. This one is 4.2%, 1.2 standard drinks, 375ml can once again. These guys hail out of Yenda. They make the Yenda beer, they make quite a few other sort of things as well, wines, probably spirits and so forth. So pretty much went out and brought a 30 pack of this as well, just as I did with the Country Crisp. So a couple of videos back we done the, not very good lighting, sorry guys, we done the Country Crisp, 3.5%, 375ml can, just the one standard drink. Same can blurb, once again these guys are certified independent. And we'll talk about, once I taste this, what I think the difference is. So I'm putting money on it that this is going to be the exact same recipe, but a variance in the way they ferment, well not ferment, but actually the brewing process, so the extraction and so forth. I'll get a grip of it. Full body, full flavour. Country Crisp, so mid-strength beer. There's some really good ones on the market. Nothing within that price point that I found that was a pretty good beer for what it cost, and for what I got from it. Crack this one open, and we'll talk about it. Gonna go with, put it up in front of the camera, Mick. An aggressive pour. I'll throw up a photo of the Country Crisp in the corner here, and just as a sort of a colour comparison. Excuse me, I don't think there's going to be a lot of difference in colour. I'm just sort of thinking that these are pretty much identical beers, with the process changed a little bit. So colour, clarity, really good. It is a very much a lager looking beer. It'll want to be if they're going to sell it as a lager. Cap is obviously a little bit bigger on this one. I have gone a more of aggressive ball than I did in the previous video showcasing the Country Crisp. Dying off quite quickly. We have some rising carbonation. This is a head start glass, so it has the ARC crosshatch etching on the bottom of it, so pretty much your typical schooner glass you get in your local pubs and clubs and establishments. The aroma. Alright, so this is quite less aroma, a lot less aroma on this one than from memory the Country Crisp. Not a lot of floral sort of estery sort of things going on there. It's throwing a much more yeastier vibe across, and that's also probably what I'm about to explain. Once I taste this beer, if my premonition is right, I think I know exactly what's going on here. Not a lot going on there in the aroma. That's sort of that really yeasty, slight earthy, very much a lager, very much a, I would say like a mass produced, not as mass produced as most of the lagers on the market. I was going for a taste. Less descriptors of the hops coming through. That's definitely tasting nothing like that Country Crisp. There's the yeasty sort of side of it coming through. That's pretty much that lager. Yeah, more of an everyday lager. Whereas I felt that the Country Crisp from Poets was more of a crafty lager. for a mid-strength anyway, and plenty of flavour. Another taste. A lot drier. I was expecting exactly what my premonition was. What I'm getting here is the higher ABV is drawn out by obviously a different, this is just my 2 cents, a different temperature in the mash to get a drier, less bodied, less rounded beer to get that 4.2. It brings it really in line with your sort of everyday lager flavour. It tastes a lot better than some of the lager offerings I've had over the years. A lot better, but still, this one's lacking. Not lacking the ABV, but it's lacking the flavour that I picked up in the Country Crisp. I know that's obviously due. This is obviously a little bit sweeter. A different mash temperature. I was almost going to say there's probably a different grain bill, but I'm calling it the exact same grain bill. Different mash temperatures, extracting more alcohol ABV into this one through a different mash temperature. That's my call. I'd go with that one every day over this because that obviously had more body, more flavour. Definitely a full flavoured mid-strength crisp lager. That one is definitely my preference over this one. Definitely going to call it as the exact same beer, but different mash temperature. Like more fermentable sugars through this mash to get us to a higher ABV. That process almost makes it taste like a completely different beer. Like I say, it's definitely going to have to be the same grain bill, the same recipe, but very much a dominance of yeast in this. There's sort of nothing, there's no body there to hide that yeastiness, and the dryness sort of has that, I guess, carbonic bite on the tongue, similar to a carbonic bite, and therefore it's sort of pulling away from what the hop schedule might have been in this particular beer. Pride of Ringwood or Super Pride, something like that's definitely got to be what's used in this. Maybe Cluster. I'm calling it as Pride of Ringwood or Super Pride. Yeah, a Country Crisp any day of the week. It's not always about the higher ABV. Getting more flavour from a particular beer, if it's got better body and full of flavour, it's obviously going to go down a lot easier. That's where my preference is. Cheers.